the yogi who proved that science was wrong by stopping his heartbeat.
Practice earlier by saying you stop your heart. Could you explain that, please?
Yes, there are two ways of doing and having control over your involuntary system.
Presenting Guru Sri Sakalamaa. She is the direct disciple of Swami Rama, rarest of the rare yogis of the 20th century. Her life transformed upon meeting Swami Rama in 1992. Later, she received initiation of Shambhava Diksha in Sri Vidya tradition in Rishikesh. This episode is a journey of enlightenment and inner transformation as we explore ancient teachings, modern philosophies, and practical techniques for living a fulfilling and meaningful life.
I was very sad when Swami Rama left his body. And after he left his body, I knew when I talk to him, he will listen to me.
Whenever you talk about this, I see you get emotional.
He came back in his physical body just because I was crying. Can you understand this?
How will I know that my Kundalini is activated?
Kundalini in Sri Vidya is called Devi. It has to be raised from the Muladhara chakra through different techniques, and Sri Vidya is an adept. Bhagavati ka mantra, le lo.
What mantra?
Kaiye Gila Hrim.
So this mantra chanting can maybe put that person on the path of Kundalini activation.
Can, maybe nahi hai.
Hai. What is after death?
Death is separating your prana from the body. The Atman in the center, normally it is associated with its location as the heart center. And scriptures say its size is the thumb size.
So when we say that pran chale gaye, pran kahan chale gaye?
After the prana has left the body and the body has become dead, the prana has not left out of the body completely. Whole process 2.5 hours, the last prana is yet to leave the body. That means you are not actually fully dead. Many yogis do this miracle, so they catch hold of that prana.
So a yogi can make a dead person
alive.
Some astral cities in Himalaya and Kailash as well. So does these realms exist?
Even now it exists, and that is at the astral plane where I met Bhairava.
What was that, if you can share something?
I enter into a different world and I say this is not something like the earth.
So can we conclude this with a meditation?
So close your eyes, relax your body, then start. Aim, upper palate, Aim, Om.
An experience of a lifetime. I don't think words can do justice. Thank you so much. नमस्ते, कैसे हो? आज का एपिसोड शुरू करने से पहले आई वॉन्ट यू टू फील एवरी सेकेंड ऑफ दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन, फॉर विच यूल हैव टू लुक एट माई स्क्रीन फॉर अ मिनट. Now you see this beautiful artwork. All three are the great Himalayan yogis. Starting with Mukti Baba. Who is Mukti Baba? Mukti Baba is the supreme master of the Himalayan cave tradition, followed by Bengali Baba. Bengali Baba is the Himalayan sage who raised and trained Swami Rama. Now he is Swami Rama himself. Swami Rama is considered as one of the rarest of the rare yogis of the 20th century. In 1969, he moved to the United States and he was one of the most influential yoga teachers who taught Himalayan traditions in the West. In one of the live events, Swami Rama, now he was considered as one of those yogis who brought science and spirituality on one table. In one of the public events, he stopped his own heartbeat, and Dr. Marvin Dunn, he called this as atrial flutter. After this, Swami Rama himself said that he could control his heart and blood vessels and consciously produce various kinds of brain waves at will because all of the body is in the mind. Listen to this very carefully. All of the body is in the mind, but not all of the mind is in the body. I know it's complex, but this is what we have tried. You're about to witness the direct disciple of Swami Rama, Guru Sakalamaa, and she is an encyclopedia. Her understanding and the way of explanation is beautiful. We have tried to bring a conversation that will not just heal you, but help you understand your life better. I must remind you, consider subscribing to our channel because Supertalks is the only podcast channel which has been running in NGO for the last 10 years for underprivileged children in Delhi. So after you subscribe, I promise more such enlightening conversations and you also help in nation building as well. Jai Ma Bhagavati, enjoy the episode.
I was very sad when Swami Rama left his body. And after he left his body, I knew that when I talk to him, he will listen to me. Look at this trust. So I started fighting with him, verbally fighting with him on the day when he left his body. How is it possible? How could you do this to me? Because I had accepted you as my guru, huh? Thinking, believing that you are a yogi you are an extraordinary yogi, and yogis live more than 100 years. How is that he was, I think, 70 plus or so when he left his body? How can you leave your body so early when I am totally depending on you? If you had planned to leave so early, why did you take me as your disciple? It could have been better that I didn't know that Swami Rama existed. It was very intense pain. Very intense pain. My husband thought I would go mad. The intensity with which I was sitting when I heard the news that Swami Rama is no more, and it was telecast on national, this one, DD, Doordarshan. That's how we came to know. Because by then he was a very great guru. So I fought with him. He came back. He came back in his physical body. Just because I was crying. Look at what level Guru connects with a Sri Vidya disciple. Where was the need for him to do all this? And Gurus don't do it normally. He did it, and my other Guru, Sri Vidya Guru, Mysore Guru, he also did it. They knew me better than I know myself. So they understood that if they don't come back one more time and then console me, perhaps that would be my last days, and then to continue my sadhana, I may have to come back again in one more body, which they did not want me to do. So they realized that they have to come back to put me back onto the track of life. So he came and said, Bete, why are you crying?
In physical body.
Physical body.
Swami Rama. After the news went viral and when you were crying, he came back for you.
Yeah. And only I could see him. That is the thing. Otherwise, house was full of people. Once they came to know about this, they were also in shock. And he said, do you want to meet me? And I was crying and said, hi, that happened in the kitchen. My daughter was small and I was cooking something for her breakfast. So straight away I went to the meditation room. We have a separate one. And he instructed me, sit. I could feel his presence very clearly, like how I am seeing you now. But I have also understood that they don't come in the physical body, but they come in the body of light. But for you, it is a physical body. They don't use the 5 elements of your body, Panchabhutas. They have already relinquished it. They will not set it right and then come. But if they mind, they can come like that also. Later on, one time he came also like that. Much, much, much later. So he instructed me, you want to meet me, right? Sit, close your eyes. Beta, I love you so much. So I want to give you something for your lifetime. And I sat. He instructed me step by step, close your eyes, focus on your breathing. then calm your mind, don't cry. Because I have come now. After a while, I settled down. I was happy to see my Guru. Then he took me to a different kind of state of mind, which is neither Sushupti nor the other one, Jagrata. Then he said, can you see something in front of you? I said, yes. Tell me, what is it? I said, it's a reflection of my own body sitting in front of me. I'm seeing my body in front of me. I said, yes, but can you tell me what is the difference between your body and the one just sitting in front of you? I said, I know for sure that it is my body, but it is not the same. But I can see that it's a body of light. It's a reflection, body of light. I could very easily understand that part. He said, yes, good. Now tell me what you see in that. I said, my whole body of light is filled with particles of light. And they are very active, very dynamic, and they are continuously moving within the silhouette of my body, called the location of my body. So for a while he allowed me to watch and then absorb that experience. And then he said, out of great love for you, I have given you this experience. I have projected this experience of what your body of light is all about. Now, I have fixed this target for you, that in this lifetime, you attain this state. Then he said, are you happy? It's time for me to go. But always remember that I am with you. And I'll be very unhappy if you cry because of me in your future. Thinking about me. If you cry, I'll be very unhappy. Because now you have learned how to connect with your Guru. Why do you want to cry? Why do you think this body is so important? This is the advice he gave, and then flick of a finger, disappeared.
What was this? Was this that Swami Rama was trying to make you feel that it's difficult for me to speak?
I know, it's very intense.
Yeah, it's intense. So I want to understand the last moment, because this is really important. So what is the ultimate message of Swami Rama? Is it that he says that when you said that he showed you a light, and was it that after your body you become the light and this is where everybody should go?
Yes. But if I just say yes, it is not complete. My Guru was trying to tell me one thing which I was very much connected to at that point of time, because I was very emotional, disturbed, depressed, that my Guru cannot leave his body. It is an offense he has done. No, it was a kind of a confrontation. It was not a request. This is something bad you have done to me. Because I never wanted a Guru in my life. I was not searching for him. My point, logical point I placed in front of his was, when I was not looking for a Guru, you came and then I accepted you as my Guru. That means it is your responsibility to protect me until I leave my body. How could you leave the body before I leave? So you made me an orphan. That's exactly what the word I used. You made me an orphan. Why did you do that? Why this punishment? Gurus of that stature, they don't want to take any offense from the disciple. Okay, you are feeling the loss of the Guru's body. Okay, let me come back and convince you what it is. It's very easy for me. That is why he said the final message is that don't depend on this physical body of the Guru. Whenever you want to contact me, I have shown you the path. Now, just sit in meditation and I am there. So, from now onwards, don't depend on this physical body, because I cannot be, my time has come. I cannot be in this physical body. Whatever I was supposed to do it in this physical body, I have completed my mission of life. So I have to leave now. That doesn't mean that you cannot connect with me. That is the last now I'm feeling. You can talk to me, you can connect with me anytime you want. I have shown you the way. I've given you the mantra. Mantra is the hotline connection. Just chant. And while giving the mantra, he said, through this mantra, I am connecting you to the entire Rishigan, showing the entire sky. And he used the word Rishigan. So what you have to do is just chant this mantra. You not only get connected to me, but the entire Rishigan. And when he gave me the mantra, saying that it is Sri Vidya mantra, he said, before giving the mantra, now I am going to give you the mantra and in the presence of Lord Shiva. He said, Shiva himself would be present here when I give you the mantra. The second statement is the right one. This is what he said. Sakshat Shiv. This is what he said. Sakshat Shiv would be present here when I give this mantra.
So when you meditate and we think of your Guru, the Guru is always with you.
It's not as that. It's as simple as that. He has to see whether it is really a genuine call, and he is needed very badly. And he has never disappointed me when it is a genuine call. And after some time, I also understood that I can't be a silly child playing with all this, that I have to grow up. Though I was already 30 years old. Then I stopped calling him. And I started feeling his presence in different ways.
Ma, so what is the light he was talking about? What is after death?
See, what we see as body is a covering, a cage to that light that is within us, which is called Jyoti, which is in other words called Atman. So it is the Atman in the center. Normally it is associated with its location as the heart center. And scriptures say its size is the thumb size.
In the form of light.
Light.
Like a jyoti.
And the size of that light, the concentrated light, is the size of the thumb and the shape of the thumb. Scriptures say this. So that is the Atman, which is covered by 5 layers, which is called Panchakosha Tattvas, which is the main focus of Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad, the whole Upanishad talks about these Panchakoshas. It's called Panchakosha Viveka model for us to understand what we are. So it talks about Annamaya Kosha, the first one, second one Pranamaya Kosha, then Manomaya Kosha, then Vijnanamaya Kosha, the fifth and the final as Anandamaya Kosha. So what is spiritual practice? Any practice you take up, name any. It is a journey from your Annamaya Kosha backwards, inward, crossing through your Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya and then go beyond. Many people interpret as Anandamaya as the final one. No, it's not true. That is a state of experience, that's which we call state of bliss. After that, there is further journey. Right. So this is when we are in the body doing our practices. Same way, after we leave our body, what is death? Death is separating your prana from your physical body. What is this physical body? It is a combination of 5 tattvas, Panchabhutas. Most of us know about it. What is death? Death is separating your prana from the body. That's why we say, iska pran chala gaya. Pran.
Ma, is pran soul?
No.
It's not the soul?
Not at all. Many people say like that. It's not.
So what is, okay, 1 second. what is the difference between the soul and the prana?
That's what. Only when you segregate and understand, you understand the difference.
Right.
Normally, now what is body we understood? Made of five
Five
tattvas,
elements.
elements. Now comes the next layer of our existence is prana. In prana, it is actually called life force in English. It's not the prana that we talk about as carbon dioxide exchange of oxygen, which is called inhalation and exhalation. That is a coarse breath, a material which is not as subtle as prana. So prana, the exhalation, inhalation is also part of prana, but not only prana. Prana is higher, bigger, subtler. But what in today's medical world doctors have been able to touch upon, scientists have been able to touch upon is only that part which is called carbon dioxide and oxygen and limited to the lungs. But prana is the very vital force which performs all the activities of your entire physical body, taking care of your organs, taking care of your lungs, taking care of your oxygen, carbon dioxide, everything. Even the so-called brain is functional because of this prana. That means your very existence is prana. But that doesn't mean that it is Atman. It is the Atman which gives the strength and the power for the prana to be active in the body. So what is that Atman? That Atman is an aspect of the universal energy. It's called universal prana. In Samskrita, in Sri Vidya, it is called Mahaprana. And when we die and the prana leaves the body, it is still connected to the Mahaprana, which is above your Sahasrara chakra. It's like an antenna. It's like the light which travels in the ambulance. It's rotating, right? It's going wherever they want. So similarly, wherever we walk with this physical body, that antenna also comes along with you. It is unseen, which yogis are able to see and connect with that. That's how they connect with us, through that prana. I had the experience of Mahaprana, which I have shared in the, I don't know whether it is the first book or second book.
So just to better understand, one is Atman and the other is the soul.
Atman is the translation of the word soul. Prana is different from prana.
Okay. So Atman is the soul. Okay. One
Dictionary
is
meaning.
Okay. So one is soul and the other is prana.
Prana.
Right. The prana is the jyoti which is of the thumb size and which is near the heart. Right? Right.
No.
Then?
Prana is different from light.
Okay. So is the prana what you said is near the heart and is thumb like? No. So I'm confusing.
Prana is in your entire body. And this prana is connected to the Mahaprana constantly. That is why when we declare a person being dead, because that prana, which is taking care of your very existence of your body, he has left the body. And the body is no longer functional.
The prana is made up of?
I would say in a different way. This Atman is nothing but your individual consciousness. Prajna. To sort out your confusion. This consciousness is Atman. What Atman is consisting of? How do you describe it? Atman is nothing but your consciousness.
Soul is the consciousness. Okay.
Prajna. In Sanskrit it is called Prajna.
Okay. So my soul is the consciousness. I
Yes,
say that my conscious is not allowing me. That is my soul is not allowing me. Just to understand.
See, when they say my consciousness is not allowing me, it is not the right expression.
Okay.
It is just a habitual understanding with which people use it.
Right. Right.
But when they say like that, that doesn't mean that they know or experienced what consciousness is.
Sure. Sure. But the soul, the Atman, what we are referring to, we are giving it a name as
Actually, you are referring to
consciousness.
your mind when you say like that.
Okay. Okay. In like a layman language.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So one is Atman, which is your consciousness, and then Prana.
So, when we talk about consciousness, we talk about the prana, we talk about that, right? It is described in the Upanishads that prana is considered the closest existence to the Atman or consciousness. Closest companion, you can say. I'm trying to simplify it. So, when you talk about consciousness, you cannot experience it without the help of that light. And that light can be experienced only with the help of prana. Because prana, in the yogic language, prana is the connecting link between the physical body and the mind. Connecting link. That's why pranayama is given to you. That if you want to connect with your mind, which alone can understand what consciousness is, then you have to work on your prana.
Right.
Otherwise, for ordinary people, those who don't do any sadhana, for them what is prana? Exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen, so which we call breathing. So for ordinary layman, death means stopping of this exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, that the lungs have stopped working, heart has stopped working, organs have failed. That's why the person is dead. But in yogic language, in Sri Vidya language, that is not death, total death. Because there are 10 pranas. Prana is one, but prana is one, but according to the functions, different functions in different parts of the body, they are given different names.
Got it. Got it.
Okay. So, basically the major ones are 5 pranas. Prano, dana, vana, udana, samana. Connecting to their locations. Again, I repeat, prana is one. But they have 5 dimensions.
Right. And different parts and different
parts,
functioning as well.
They are functioning, but they are all connected to one prana only.
Right.
And that prana is connected to Mahaprana.
Okay.
Like
and
the
Mahaprana
antenna.
is out of
the body.
Got
Yes.
it. Got it. Right.
So, these pranas, when they are trained through some practices, then they become higher prana. It's only for convenience sake we are understanding. Refined prana. The prana which has a larger range of the remote. See, some remotes are used only to operate the fan.
Right.
That cannot be used for operating your TV. And for the TV, you have a certain distance within which you have to stand and then operate. Otherwise, you are out of range. Similarly, to tune yourself to higher realms of connections with the energies, prana is the only way. When you work on your prana, the prana gets refined in such a way that it is capable of connecting to higher realms of experiences through the mind. Where, because of the prana, mind attains a stage called higher mind. That higher mind is very close to the light. So when the higher mind gets connected to that light and experience of life, that is called self-realization.
Right. I'll just put it in a very simple way. I know that it is not, you can't put it like word to word and you can't understand it like that in a literal sense. But just for a for somebody
we
who's
have to make efforts.
yeah,
No?
yeah, for somebody maybe who's a beginner who's maybe listening to this conversation for the first time. So I want they're also able to connect to this conversation, even if they hear this after maybe 10 years. So, soul, right? We say, so our body has Atman and Prana. Atman is the soul, and soul we refer to as consciousness.
Yes.
Then we have Prana. Prana is the closest companion to the Atman, closest companion to the soul. And eventually we have, body has different prana, which is responsible for different functioning, but one is the main center, and that's it.
That's it.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. So when we say that pran chale gaye, pran kahan chale gaye?
So before telling what it is, I told you there are 10 pranas.
Yeah.
Let's not go into the details of it.
Yes.
After the prana has left the body and the body has become immovable, dead, right? And it starts working towards decay. And then it gets dissolved in Panchabhutas. At that time, the prana is still in the body. The prana has not left out of the body completely. The main prana, which is called prana, only has left. There are other subsidiary pranas, and the last one is called Dhananjaya. Name of the prana is Dhananjaya. That is the last part of the prana which leaves the body, for which it takes about 2.5 hours, maybe a little more than that. Until then, the prana is very active in the body. But for normal operators or for the doctor, it cannot be experienced because body is totally frozen. So there are some instances where people say in some remote village, the person was declared dead and then they were put on the firewood, and when they were about to lit it, that man woke up and then got up and said, I have come back.
I've read about it, yes.
And they have stories that Dharmaraya did that and then got confused. Well, it is a metaphorical way of telling the truth.
Right. But how can we understand this with the last prana?
Yeah. Because in that whole process, 2.5 hours, the last prana is yet to leave the body. Probably it leaves through the anus. I am not very sure. If I am wrong, people can correct it on their own. So when it leaves, it takes that much long time. That means you are not actually fully dead.
For 2.5 hours.
Maybe a little more than that. So in that period of time, many yogis do this miracle for their disciples, where they come and catch that last prana which has not left the body. If the last aspect of dimension of the prana, named as Dhananjaya, also leaves the body, then yogis also say, I cannot do anything about bringing this person, dead person, back to life. So they catch hold of that prana, and with that they can pull all the other pranas which has already gone into the universe to join the Mahaprana.
Wow. So a yogi can make a dead person.
That is how they make
alive.
the dead alive. Otherwise there is no other way.
Is there a documented incident in the past? Who maybe a yogi who came who did something like that?
But how do you understand this? Because it all happens in silence and subtle plane. Eyes cannot see this. But what it can see is that the man dead declared came back to life.
But how do the yogis do it? What do they do? Is this
For that you have to develop a different range of understanding and work on your, you have to do sadhana. Otherwise there is no other. Maybe in course of time science would stretch its capacity so much that they are able to show it to the world how it is done.
Did ever Swami Rama talk to you about an event like this?
Actually, he did it for my husband. That's how I know. Yeah.
Oh. This happened in front of you. Before the episode, I was also reading about the biography of Swami Rama. So it's very well said that You can read about him, but you can't understand him completely. So I want to understand as per your experiences as well. So his first guru was was Bengali Baba, and then he 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 got the knowledge of yoga practices, and he learned meditation as well. And there was a very a quite famous event in the Western world where he was connected to a ECG machine, and it was connected to track his heartbeat
In Germany.
in Germany. He is the yogi who proved that science was wrong by stopping his heartbeat. Is this a true event?
Not only true, when we invited him, I mean, he said, because who are we to invite him? He himself said, I am coming to Chennai, and Bangalore is very close by. I will come and demonstrate all these things. He came and he asked us to call the cream of the society who are interested in this, like doctors, engineers, and all that, in this scientific theory, and with the public. Morning workshop. In that, he sat in front of the doctors and engineers, where we were also part of that event. Then he stopped the heartbeat and asked the doctor to come and check practically. And another interesting demonstration he did was, see, normally diseases are called psychosomatic, and yoga believes that Adija Vyadhi, which is the origin of all our diseases without any differentiation, it is the mind. So, to demonstrate the truth, what he did was he called one of the participants there, doctor perhaps, and he said, you check my thigh area, press and see. And they could find a knot, a muscle being a knot, a hard area. Then he said, it is very cancerous. So now you tell me, now it is here. Now you know that it is here. You tell me where you want me to shift, in which part of my body. And he said, bring it to your arm. He just closed his eyes and then did something like that. Tightened his muscle. God knows what he did. Maybe some prana activation in seconds. And he said, you check here. And that knot was here. And then you check my thighs. It disappeared from here. So now you shall, by my will, I will shift it to my head. You check. I did that, and then they checked it. Doctors. It was there. So, at will, a cancerous knot can be shifted to anywhere, means mind is capable of doing anything.
He was also able to change his body temperatures as well?
Yes, left and right, both. And doctors came and tested. So what all the so-called involuntary activities of the heart and other stuff we talk about is actually not involuntary. It can be brought under voluntary manipulation. That is the theory of his yogic powers. He demonstrated in front of our eyes. Maybe the videos that time we took must be lying there somewhere. I don't know where they are.
He was also able to change the patterns inside his brain?
Not only inside his brain, in our brains also we have experienced it.
So is this can we understand this in a way that this is an ancient knowledge, and anybody who acquires this knowledge can do the same?
Yes. But the thing is, it depends on the intensity with which you practice, and you are capable of going to the nuances of that knowledge and then observing the technique and taking it and all that. No? See, it's simple. The example can be, since I'm a teacher, I teach the same stuff, a grammar, to all the students, 50 students sitting in front of me. But their absorption level is not the same. Some may be able to score 30%. Some may be able to go up to 90%. But lecture was the same. Teaching was the same from my side. Same thing holds good between the disciple and the Guru. Guru gives the same mantra to everybody. In mantra, there is no difference. But for each one, the experience of the mantra is different.
Right. In one of your videos, I heard that you said about Himalaya, and you quoted Swami Rama. And you said that Himalaya region has no boundaries, and there are rishis who are there in Himalaya region as well. In our previous episodes, we have heard about some astral cities in Himalaya and Kailash as well. So, does these realms exist in?
Swami Rama also talks about it.
Wh-
And realms of existence of these places where sages live, which cannot be seen by ordinary eyes. They are all kept away from the normal, inquisitive travelers.
Is this in Himalaya?
Yeah, above the Himalayas,
Above.
in the astral plane. So he himself has acknowledged that their Gurukula, his particular Gurukula, where he learned from Bengali Baba and all that, even now it exists, and that is at the astral plane. And only advanced yogis can access it. And he told his disciple, Pandit Rajamani, who is taking care of the present organization in America, that you bring some of your disciples to the Himalayas, and then I am giving you directions how to come there, higher Kailash. And from there, I will tell you, show you where I am now. And they had that vision, they saw, and he has explained it beautifully in his book. That such a portal exists, and when we do our sadhana to their expectations level, and by their grace only it happens, not that we can do any sadhana, but we have to take responsibility for our sadhana, wo bhi hai. Then Guru will allow you to see that portal and go and join him. And Swami Rama has already given me the clue. After you leave the body, what is it that you are going to do?
Ma, if you can share your own experience.
Of what?
How astral travel did you do in your personal experience?
Very simple. People complicate all these things, but I don't know why, and I don't know that part, why they do like that. Maybe their personal experience. Who am I to come in comment about that? Astral plane happened to me when I was doing the mantra japa of my Shodashi Mahamantra. And then it was so pictorial, picturesque, dono, that each and every detail of it I could go and share it with my Guru who was in the body at the time. Then I told him, is it really so that I went for my astral travel? Because my experience is very authentic to me. But I want you to authenticate it. So after listening to my explanations for 20 minutes, he was just listening to it very intently. Then I asked him, how do I take it? How do I understand this? Because the whole experience is so out of the world. Even though I am wanting, I cannot trust my own experience. Because it's out of the world. Then my Guru said very simply, he has a way to puncture your over-enthusiasm. Because I was all excited about that experience. Because Gurus don't want you to get trapped in these experiences and create an obstacle for your higher journey and higher goals of sadhana.
But why was Swami Rama upset with you when you were in this astral travel?
Oh, that one you're talking about. Okay, I am referring to another astral travel where I met Bhairava.
Bhairava?
Bhairava.
What was that, if you can share something?
Yeah, that's what I was about to explain, thinking that is what you
Then
are
we'll
asking.
go there. Sure.
Okay. In this one, it is connected to my Sri Vidya Guru in Mysuru. Mahashodashi mantra was given by him. So after while doing the japa happened, so I thought I will go and share it with him. Then he said, take it that you went to a different astral world, and thus those worlds exist, and whomever you met him, It was his wish. You met him. He wanted you to meet. And he exists. This is what he said. And the way he concluded was, no more discussion on this.
Mom, if you could share some of the experience of that astral travel that you had, what was it like?
So it was like with my body as I am, suddenly I was elevated, shifted from the earth plane, and I am going like I am flying. I could feel my, hairs flying and the gush of wind on my face and all that. And I'm just looking around, like in a movie you see, huh? Looking around and I can see the topography of the earth from the higher plane, and then looking up, and then I'm coming closer to the clouds, and then I pierce through the clouds in the same body. No kavacha, nothing. And then I enter into a different world, and I say this is not something like the earth. But it is something like that earth also. But what is the difference? What I noticed was the soil kind of a stuff. Huh? But I didn't touch it to say that it is soil. But to look at it, looked like a soil. It's totally red in color and fine powder. This was my first experience as soon as I entered that world. Then there is a breeze and it's gently touching that dust, and the dust is coming up. This is my first experience observing. And I continue to move. I'm not walking. I am just, floating. Then I find that here and there are some undernourished, that was my feeling, trees. Not like full of greenery, abundance like on earth. But they are trees, but with minimum leaves, and they are in red color. Then I'm watching what kind of a tree it is. Very strange, very different. I'm continuously moving. I'm not stopping at any one point because I had no control over my movement. Then I saw the similar tree with very less leaves, bada leaves, and red color. Tree is also red color. And the dust, what I see, is also red color. And under one of the trees, somebody sitting. I became curious. I was not afraid. I went near him. Then, the description of Bhairava fitted very well with him. Then I wanted to talk to him. Who are you? But words did not come out. Then I thought, a silent zone, maybe I am not capable of talking here. Then he looked at me. I looked at him. All this knotted hair and all that. And upper portion of the body is naked. And something he has tied to the waist. And a very dark complexion. Not a very happy sight to look at him. But he was not angry or anything. He was expressionless. He just watched me. He identified me, but did not want to respond. I was just watching. Could not get any answer. Could not get any understanding. I moved on. And then it ended.
So how do you take it personally? Like, do you feel like this is a calling from Bhairava?
So it's the power of the mantra. And when I say power of the mantra, I call it highest intelligence. It's not just a confluence of words. Maybe it was an unspoken desire in me that I wanted to see the other realm. And I never was in the habit of asking Mother Divine, give me that experience, nothing. Because my Guru told, don't ask for anything. There ended the matter. Perhaps my Guru wanted me because it was involuntary, if you understand. Not out of my effort that I went into an astral plane. No. But there are siddhis where you can make it voluntary. Whenever you want, you can go. That was not my case. But I did go through that experience, but not out of my will or my efforts. Now, if you call me, if you ask me, can you wish it again and then go? I would say no.
It was as his will.
Bhagavati's will.
So मैं अब जानना चाहता हूँ कि जब कुंडलिनी एक्टिवेट होती है, सो वो क्या ट्रांसफरेंस का प्रोसेस होता है और बॉडी के अंदर क्या चेंजेस आते हैं?
I am sure people would have seen lot of videos, reels about Kundalini awakening, many versions of what Kundalini awakening is and all that. But I want to be honest with myself and I just relate with my experience. And of course, I can quote my husband's experience because I was there witnessing it.
You also activated your Kundalini? I know you won't say that I did, but if I may humbly ask you.
I would rather say it in a different way.
Yes.
So when Kundalini awakening happens, so many dramatic things and myths about Kundalini awakening that people speak about on the reels and all that are not there. And if at all anybody has experienced it like that and then they're trying to present it, I don't question their experience, but I would say this much, that instead of it being Kundalini awakening, it is imbalance of their Kundalini energy. If it is very dramatic and things like that. And I often watch certain reels, videos, where somebody is activating Kundalini in front of a camera because it's being shot, right? And that person goes through electrification has happened and then his Ajna chakra is opened and then they would be reeling their, heads and all that and then suddenly they fall off and all that. I don't know, it may happen. It might have happened to them. I'm not questioning their experiences, but my conclusion on such experiences is that it is a very unhealthy, unhygienic, very wrong way of activating anybody's Kundalini. And according to Sri Vidya, it is a sin somebody is committing. You may be thinking, why it is a sin? Kundalini in Sri Vidya is called Devi, Kundalini Devi. And Kundalini Devi is none other than Lalita Tripura Sundari herself. So when so much of divinity, purity, sacredness, devotion, you add any adjective you want to my statement, and we try to relate as Sri Vidya seekers, to relate with the Divine Mother, and such an experience happens, it is so divine, so beautiful, so aesthetically choreographed, that it is just a natural process. You feel so blessed, you feel in state of bliss. And it is a very soft and very graceful activity that has been activated in your body 100% by the grace of the Divine Mother. And if somebody wants to hack it, distort it, take it away and then give it in such rude ways where you disturb the ecology of your inner body, the chakras, nadis and all that, it's like a surgery you are trying to do to your own body, but surgery is at the pranic level and the body of light.
Right. So Ma, to my understanding, help me understand it better. So I want to understand more about Kundalini. I understand about the videos you're talking about. So I would want that we discuss about the experiences that we personally maybe witnessed or experienced. So, to my understanding, I simply feel this as that our body has 7 chakras, and the energy flows from the lower chakra to the higher chakra. And when this happens, in some stage, the Kundalini gets activated. Help me understand, is this the. So, I want to understand the process, what happens in the body during, and what happens after. As I've read somewhere that some people say there's a lot of heat production in the body. So, how can we understand the process?
That's what I said. If a heat production is there, and if that person feels uncomfortable about that, sweating and all that, that's not a healthy way of activating Kundalini at all.
What's the healthy way?
Healthy way is, I would say it in a metaphorical way. There was a Sufi sant, and somebody came and asked the same question, like Raghav Sharma is asking now. That when your Kundalini awakened, what happened to you? It's a very, very, very dear and near to me, this story is. Then he said, what happened? Next day morning I got up, went to the forest, collected the firewood, cut it, prepared my food, and then I got into my meditation. It's my normal routine. That is how a true Kundalini awakening happens.
How can one identify if the Kundalini activate? Because as far as I understand, that's a natural process. And even if the story continues, that the person goes to the jungle and it's like another day. So anybody who is into Kundalini, one, how can one start? If somebody wants to activate Kundalini, how to do it? And how can one identify? Because it's a natural process.
I want clarity in your question. Identify for yourself or
Yourself.
somebody else to identify
Yourself.
Okay.
How can I know that? Because if it's a natural progression, how will I know that my Kundalini is activated?
There's not anything new that I am going to share it with you. It's all in the scriptures. Kundalini awakening and Sri Vidya, they are one and the same. They are considered, our gurus say that it's exact science. Exact science, what I mean is, if you conduct a laboratory experiment, you are sure to get the final result, right? So authentic and then scientific it is that ऐसा ऐसा तुम करो तो ऐसा ऐसा हो जाएगा, and you are going to go through that experience. That is what Kundalini is. That is the way Kundalini is awakened. That is what is taught by authentic lineages of gurus and Sri Vidya adepts. So there is nothing to worry about. Like people are so anxious. When I meet them, what is Kundalini awakening? How does it happen? Does it happen like this? Does it happen like that? So many myths are being built around the Kundalini awakening. One day I went to my Guru, Sri Vidya Guru in Mysuru from Bangalore. In between Mysore and Bangalore is our ashram. So from there it is nearby. It so happened that every other day I started going to meet my Guru in the evenings. Actually, he used not to be well. He was going through some physical issues and all that. But normally I didn't want to disturb him, bother him. But I don't know, by the time it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I would develop that feeling from within me that it is inner calling. I have to go and meet my Guru. So I would just get into a taxi, or somebody would pick me up by car, or I would just go to the bus stand, take a bus, and end up sitting in front of my Guru. Until then, there would be so much of agitation of emotions and that yearning. What happens if I am not able to meet my Guru today, that he is not well and the doors are closed for me? Yearning. It used to be like that. And he is a great musicologist and danceologist. Dance is my passion. Talk could be anything about. And not necessarily always spiritual or about Sri Vidya. My Guru hardly talked about Sri Vidya. He said, when you need it, it will come to you. That's what Swami Rama says in a different way, that when you become a Sri Vidya seeker, after a certain level of sadhana, you will learn how to access that universal library. You don't have to keep anything in your brains as a memory part. So is it not such a revolutionary way of understanding Sri Vidya, which is not fitting into the normal understanding of the human brain?
Right. So as far as I can understand, that one thing which I would say is, after if somebody activates their Kundalini, their intuitive power builds after that. Can we say this?
Yeah, but I would like to correct it in a better way, better
Sure.
expression. If somebody says, I have activated my Kundalini, it's not possible.
Why?
It's not you or I who activate my own Kundalini. They may say like that because of lack of proper expression, but I wouldn't become party to such expressions.
Yes, I'm not the door. I get it. So, can I understand why should one activate their Kundalini?
It's a very, very relevant question. So before that, let me complete what I had started off. What exactly happens after Kundalini awakening? What is the process?
Yes, how to know for self.
How to know. So on that day when I went, normally what I used to do, after talking to him for a couple of hours, whatever, and when it is time for me to get up and leave the place, I would normally say, Gurugale, it's feeling so good spending time with you. I feel charged. I used to say I feel charged. It was my normal expression out of gratitude, because it was never a normal interaction with him, with any other human beings. It used to be always something different and fantastic. And I started understanding that everything is happening in a silent zone. My Guru never acknowledged that he did anything for any disciple. So, that day also I said, Gurugala, it was so good talking to you, spending worthwhile time with you. Now I'm sad that I have to leave because I have to go back. And said, I am charged. First time, he used to listen to this statement every day, every time. He would never respond to it. That day, he started laughing loud. And suddenly he became serious and said, from now onwards, you will not get a chance to say, an opportunity to say that you are being charged. You don't need to be charged. This is what happens when you live with a living Guru of that Kundalini awakening, and he is a master of Kundalini awakening. There is no acknowledgement, there is no ceremony, there is no documentation, there is no question of saying in so many words that this is what has happened to you and I have given it to you. That would be undermining the entire experience of that Kundalini awakening. In silence, my Guru conveyed the truth that your Kundalini has been awakened and you have been charged. So you don't need an additional charger or something like that you need to charge every day. You have a self-charger. What a beautiful way of telling, is it not? Is it not so poetic?
Beautiful expression. Beautiful expression.
That is the level at which communion, I would say, happens with the Guru. And there are no words left with the disciple to acknowledge that, that gratitude for the Guru, because you cannot at all. You just stay with the experience, very silent. And you also understand that you continue your normal life, as if nothing has happened. And that energy has taken over, and you don't exist. Can you understand this? You don't exist. What exists or who exists is Lalita. And the Guru, because we are taught from day one of Sri Vidya journey that Guru, Mantra, and the Divine Mother, they are one and the same. If you don't accept and if you don't practice it from deep within, there is no possibility of your progress in your sadhana. That is the first, it's like a mantra which is taught. And it's not very easy to understand what that state is. How can you talk about something which is so esoteric? Okay, even if I tell it is very blissful, it's just a dictionary word. It's just a dictionary word.
Whenever you talk about this, I see you get emotional. What's the feeling like?
Very blissful. Because that nearness and that connectivity, I mean, these are all words again, I know. There is no distance. There is no distance that I am separate from her or she is separate from me.
So can we, Ma, conclude this with a meditation?
Yes,
Maybe something
sure.
that we can leave everybody with.
I am taking a few letters and then I am making it into a cluster to become a mantra, kind of mantra. And when you chant, closing your eyes with the trust and devotion, it becomes so meditative that the speed of the mind reduces. You experience instant energy invoked in your body. You become calm, quiet, and if you consistently practice for any length of time, any number of period of time, months, years, depends on the wish of the Divine Mother, because you will be taken over by the Divine Mother, because your body is Divine Mother. Then the power of manifestation can be activated in a very scientific way, because you are the experiencer of that direct experience of that manifestation power. So close your eyes, relax your body, particularly your face zone, your throat, your cheeks, both eyes, forehead, both the ears, upper part of the body, upper part of the head, your Brahmarandra if you are able to locate, otherwise the crown of your head and the entire back of your head. Just observe like you are witnessing your own body, particularly your head area. After watching, examining, surveying, wait for a while and gently move on to your prana, your awareness of prana, which you can experience through the gentle inhalation and exhalation at the tip of your nose, which is called Sushumna Kendra, where you experience the inhalation and exhalation at a very physical level. And when it goes deeper and deeper, not limiting to your lungs area, just the lungs area, but it can be deepened with your practice, spreading into the entire body as energy, and experience the movement of prana from head to the toes, gently going deeper in your focus of mind through the prana, through inhalation and exhalation, without much efforts. Make your prana breath awareness, cyclical, without any gaps on or breaks and cuts. Become slowly and slowly one with the breathing. You are in no way different from the breath and the prana, becoming subtler and subtler. Your experience becoming very intense. How? Just by observing and observing. Then gently bring your attention to the throat area where Vishuddha chakra is located. Enter the throat through Vishuddha chakra. The dip of the location of the throat, where you find a dip, by touching you can feel and see. From there, bring your awareness upward to the upper palate. And then travel upward to the Sushumna Kendra inside, from the tip of the nose to the bottom of the nose, inside. And then move upward just by your mental awareness towards Ajna Chakra, inside of the skull. And from there, the passage is direct, not cutting across and bending and all that. This is the special practice of Sri Vidya Samayachara. It's a direct, straight connection of a tube which doesn't exist, but it is at the pranic level. Then touch the Brahmarandra as though it is one direct channel, direct tube. Take a few minutes and experience the connection. If you do it regularly, it becomes easier. Travel up and down in awareness from the upper palate, Sushumna Kendra, and then Ajna Chakra through the nostrils or at the back of the head. Both are one and the same. Go to the Ajna Chakra and walk through, travel through to Brahmarandra. Travel up and down without cuts and breaks. And then come back to the upper palate area. First time I chant. Next 2 times you can repeat. Aim. 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 Focus your mind on the vibration of With practice, with deepening practice, you can feel the vibration in the upper palate vibrating inside of you. And one more time you chant aim and then hold on to the vibration of which happens by sealing your lips together. You experience the vibration of on the lips also. Then feel it has gone, traveling inside, and then through the upper palate it is going upward. The vibration of Connect it to Ajna Chakra location. Take that from aim. Before that, stop for a while before the Ajna Chakra near the Sushumna Kendra. And then when you reach Sushumna with your awareness, with vibration, then your aim should be turned into Aim. And again with the same vibratory pattern of you start traveling upwards with that energy, the Shakti of the Divine Mother, and then identify, locate, understand the Ajna Chakra point inside the skull. Touch that point and then turn Aim into Om. It is letter Om and not mantra Om. There is a difference. Chant Om. 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 Again, repeat the same technique. Carry the vibration of inside your skull in the Sushumna passage, a non-existent tubular energy passage. And then from inside the skull, touch upon the Randra, Brahmarandra from inside, not from outside. And when you touch upon it, transform Om into Aum. Next letter. Om, Aum. From inside. Aum. 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 Stay with the vibration of Aum and holding on to part of the mantra, which is the real strength and the power of the Bijakshara mantra, seed syllable. Now it is time to change Aum into So feel the vibration in the Brahmarandra, the tubular existence at the energy level from inside the skull and then through the Brahmarandra, because it's a Randra, a hole, an entry or exit point from where yogis leave their body. From there you visualize that there is a hole and you bring that energy of Aum out into the outer space above the head as Now you are experiencing that energy above the Sahasrara, but touching the Sahasrara. Chant 3 times. Hold on to the vibratory pattern of the sound syllable. The part. Stay with that vibration. Focused on it above the Sahasrara. Keep chanting in silence, holding on to the same vibration. Then again you can go down in silence. Then start. Aim, upper palate. Aim, Om, Aum, Aim, 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 Aim, Om, Aum, stay in that state as long as you wish, to your convenience and capacity. Jai Guru Bhagavati.
An experience of a lifetime. I don't think words can do justice. Thank you so much. आज का पूरा शो देखने के लिए दिल से शुक्रिया। एपिसोड कैसा था मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताइएगा। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब भी अवश्य करें क्योंकि सुपर टॉक्स एक मूवमेंट है जो हमारे देश का भविष्य उज्जवल बना रहा है। जय हिंद।